Fredericton NB Public Library fail. Security guard crash out. Bylaw fail. Police fail.
All right, so unfortunately, my microphones were not properly turned on and connected and actually recording, even though it said it was to me. Something had gone wrong until I had actually unplugged my external microphone. So I'm going to voice over this part. I had just entered the library. I was just going there to conduct some business. I figured I had the policy in my pocket. I knew what I was allowed to do, and I just walked up the stairs and went to use the computers. The policy is very clear. It says you're allowed to record your own use of the library on a smartphone or personal device. It does have a no tripods policy, but that, as a commenter had previously noted, is only for the intent of not obstructing anything. And as I was sitting down, I was packing up my tripod to disassemble it and to go handheld. But before I could do that, this security guard that you see pictured there was telling me I'm not allowed to record him. I'm not allowed to record in the library, that I have to leave. And he was very persistent throughout this entire process that I had to leave because I was recording. He had called the public safety unit, and this is me trying to show him the policy that says, like, I'm allowed to record. Again, unfortunately, the microphones were not on, and I really regret not making sure that it was working. I didn't have my monitor aimed in. This is the security guard. He's calling the bylaw officers right now, and he refuses to identify. He grabs my stuff. There it is. He grabs it. Told him don't touch it. I told him, like, you don't want to do that. I'll smack you one if you do that. Don't do that. And he refused to identify. I did follow him to his desk again and just held the camera in front of him and asked him, who are you? What's your guard card number? He refused to identify. He's not wearing anything that identifies himself individually. He doesn't identify as a security guard uniform, but it doesn't really tell you who he is or how to identify him. So that's a major violation. I had a conversation with some other very professional security guards at other locations that have not been on record, but they are followers and they understand that that's a pretty big no-no. This is me asking him, what's your number? What's your guard card number? He's like, oh, I don't have to provide that. I'm pretty sure you have to provide something that identifies you. And he's like, nope, I don't have to. So I kind of gave up on that pursuit. I wasn't going to try and actually harass him. I just wanted to get his information so I can report him for his assault and his behavior. I'm sure Garda will figure out who he is. This is me going right back. Didn't record anyone particularly. Thankfully, this camera lens, although it is absolutely beautiful, it does have a little bit of a zoom defaulted into it. Now, I paused the camera briefly here, and then I am approached by one of the administrators, the lady in the striped shirt, you'll see her later, and the guard, again, who refuses to be on camera or identify. And we get into a discussion about what I'm recording, and I said, well, at the moment, you guys, because you're in front of me, and nothing in particular, just me conducting business. I'm not really recording anyone, and maybe there might have been a glance of someone, and she got so upset, like, no, that's not acceptable. You can't record in here. We're asking you to leave. You already have to leave. And I'm like, but I'm just here. Like, that's just because I have a camera, just because I'm recording my business. And I tried to explain their policy again, and he didn't care. He's like, you're being asked to leave. And I said, well, I'm not going to leave because I have business to take care of here. I need to use the computer right now. And this is when he's continuing to try and get me to leave and saying, well, I'm recording other people. I'm like, well, I'm not. I'm just recording you right now. And as you can see, I'm not even recording him. I was so focused in the conversation and trying to explain to them what I'm really doing is just recording myself. And, they have a policy that allows for public photography. And they said, but I haven't gotten consent from everyone in the library. And that's ridiculous. That's not required. I'm not doing commercial photography. I'm not doing a production. And he won't identify himself still, and it just goes on. I'm talking with the lady. She's trying to say I have to leave as well. I'm like, I'm just here doing photography and doing my own business stuff. Like, just leave me alone. I don't need to be helped. I don't need to be talked to. Trying to explain the situation to them, and not recording anyone in particular, and they weren't satisfied with any answer. He had just jumped up, said, "Nope, that guy with the camera has to leave," and had continued to kind of insist that I had been recording people and that I had admitted to it. And I said, no, I said I didn't particularly take note of whether or not I had been, just that I had been recording myself conducting business in the library. And I'm usually pretty cautious with, putting people of the public in a position where they're being recorded or feeling uncomfortable. I'm not there to really do an audit. I'm just there conducting business. If I was doing an audit, I would be set up somewhere in a corner or out of the way and not using a computer. I would just be out. I might ask a couple of questions, but this was just me conducting business. And right now we're just waiting for the bylaw officers to show up. So I paused the video and I started back up now. And this is when the bylaw officers are just walking in front of me and are now making their way around to behind me. Very tactical. I don't know why they had to have 4 of them show up, but I mean, they did, and here they are. This is my buddy who was there to witness the entire thing. Again, this was also not on audio. And this is her pointing out their policy pamphlet that really, I don't know what their point of it was when I have their policy from the government website that the library manager gave me after we had a discussion about being allowed to do exactly what I'm doing in the public library. So I'm explaining to them that I have the policy, that the policy clearly states that I'm allowed to, that I'm not doing commercial photography, I'm not doing commercial documentary or any sort of commercial material, and that in that situation, they use different language to indicate I am required and responsible to get consent from any patrons or staff. But in all other public media use, inquiry, documentation of your visit, you're allowed to record it specifically. So that's what I'm doing here, explaining to the bylaw officers, the 4 of them that showed up. And of course, as I find in a lot of these situations, unfortunately, it's the men that are more reserved, lean back, and the female officers, whether by law or police, that are very pushy and persistive with enforcing something that they don't fully understand. The dudes were just there doing their job, and they were all in the wrong. But for some reason, that one female bylaw officer was extremely persistent that I was breaking the rules, that I was not following the policy, and that she was right and I was wrong, of course. I mean, I should be used to that by now, but unfortunately, that's just not how it works when you're a public employee or when you're a public service provider and when I'm not doing commercial production. So in this, I'm explaining to them that they're all here, they're interacting with me, I have a camera, I am recording, they all know that. So they walked up to me, and of course they're bylaw or they're some kind of enforcement, so I want to document them as public employees in the conduct of their duty. That's the same for all public employees, even if they're library staff. Unfortunately, they might not like it. They may disagree with the way that things work, but when you're paid by the tax person, you have less expectation of privacy. So that's just kind of what I'm explaining to them. I'm again explaining I'm just doing my own business, and I actually start conducting my own business while they're there, and we're waiting for the police. And I try to explain and reason to them the particular difference between the commercial and the public photography policy that they have clearly written in their bylaw, in the policy of the New Brunswick Libraries Act. And that's what I'm showing them, that it has specific language difference for commercial versus what I'm doing. And they don't seem to care. They're like, well, now you're disrupting it. I'm like, well, that's not my problem. They were harassing me, and I didn't put any of them on camera. I still haven't put any of them really on camera, other than just the public servants that are responding, the bylaw officers that are inherently, we have the inherent right to record them. And so I just try to carry on my business and make the point that I'm not there to record people. I'm there to do my business. And very shortly, I'll actually end up getting kicked off of the computer. And I'm going to speed up until we get to that point.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny, I can explain it in English.
Yeah, but no, it's specific. It's not a specific order.
I know. They keep adding in the extra words, you must, but then they would put you must. Oh, just... Sorry if I bothered you, but it's ridiculous, right? I love when security solicits a trespass for recording. He must have been that jumpy guy from the mall, or at least trained by the same person. Let's do this. Let's have something here. Ooh. You going? Aw, damn, you're gonna miss all the fun.
What do you count?
I don't think I even...
The process.
I thought this was going to be a sail through, because I'd already discussed it with them. I had understanding. Oh, I want to get a picture of this. Yeah, beautiful.
And in a second here, this is where I actually am kicked off the computer, and I go and I wait my turn in line to ask the desk attendant if she had kicked me off the computer.
I just want to ask, did you kick me off the computer?
Yeah, because we're asking you to leave the library.
Because I'm recording myself conducting
I'm
operations.
going to ask you to put that.
You can ask all you want, but I'm actually going to now focus on you because you just... No, it's not.
Remember the permission?
Yeah, the permission... It's a suggestion. It's a suggestion. It's a
You can leave the
suggestion.
premises.
I'm leaving on my own desire at this point because you want okay. You know what? I've decided I'm going to sit here and I'm going to enjoy sitting here reading. At this point. Hey, how's it going? So, I'm sitting here just recording myself, conducting myself, going through the library, right?
English or French?
English.
English?
Sir.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you guys tell me I have to leave, I mean, I'll leave. But I just want to explain. I'm just here recording under my right to record.
Yep.
Right? Constitutionally provided. I'm not going up to someone. As an example, you're a public employee, right? Name and badge number, by the way.
Constable Huck, badge number 503.
Thank you very much. Name and badge number?
Pardon?
Name and badge number?
Burgess 413.
Thank you very much. Until the security guard at the desk there had, for I'm not sure what reason, come up and harass me while I was using the computer about recording in the library, which, as according to their policy here, I will set this down for a second,
Yep.
that they, just want to make sure these aren't. You are welcome to film or record your library visit on a smartphone or personal device.
Okay.
Please, it's a request. Please respect the privacy of patrons staff by asking permission before including them in your photos to use or under. It's just a general, good gentlemanship kind of request, which I wasn't recording anyone specifically. They would put themselves directly in front of my cameras. They have a specific section where I have to. You are responsible for obtaining consent from patrons and staff for commercial photography and recording. If I'm doing a documentary and I'm selling tickets to see the documentary, if I'm setting up a whole tooth for doing passport photos, right? That would be commercial. I'd have to ask permission before I can get this photo.
Okay.
Keep in mind that I have been here. They did ask me. Just because I had my camera recording myself, which I'm allowed to do by their policy. The only time I recorded any of the patrons, not even patrons, any of the staff, was when they put themselves in front of my camera. You walked up to me, and I put my camera up because you were conversing with me.
I'm just going to ask
When?
you, okay, Timothy?
When did I come up to you? Other than just now when I asked you that if you kicked me off the computer just because I was recording and you said yes.
I'm just going to ask you nicely if we just leave the property open.
I was actually just concluding myself.
Yeah,
as
no,
well.
absolutely.
And then they wanted to make a point that I had to leave because I was recording, which it would be great to educate them and let them know that we still have a constitution here that protects our rights and freedoms to record in a public space, public library, public space, unless I am operating commercially.
Okay. Well, as long as you're
Right?
not disrupting the operations that are going on here.
Not a single patron had complained to them,
Okay.
right?
Gotcha.
If they had, even if they had said, hey, don't record me, I would be like, no problem. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Do you mind if we take this conversation outside?
At this point, yeah, I don't mind.
Okay. Thank you. Do you want to?
Yeah, absolutely. And he did assault me, by the way.
Who is?
The security guard, that one that's sitting at the desk.
At the desk?
Yeah, he did. But I'm not pursuing any charges or anything like that, no. No, just making a point. You might want to educate him on, not touching someone or their equipment when they are acting under the right. Especially when the policy of the library specifically provides a provision for doing so. And I had previously talked to the building manager, the manager of the library, full understanding of their policy that as long as... and I was packing up the tripod, so they can't even say that it was between my legs, it wasn't a disturbance, that I have the right to record, even if there's people on it, even if the staff are on it. I just can't intentionally harass them. And at no point did I do so, other than to... and I wouldn't even call it harassment, right? Be very careful on that terminology, because all I did was ask her to confirm if she had kicked me off the computer simply because I was recording. Okay. And she said yes. Okay. So...
well, that's just staff's...
now, I have a question for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
At this point, am I allowed to go in the library?
As of now, I'm going to say no. Staff doesn't want you back
for
inside.
What? So, under the Trespass Act, which I have in my pocket here, it says that I'm allowed to do so if I'm acting under a right by either the federal or the provincial government, which the province of New Brunswick regulates the libraries, has a policy allowing me to record in their library, and now I'm being asked to leave. So I just want to make sure, for the record, if I'm being prevented from accessing public services simply because I'm acting under a right granted to me by the federal government.
Well, I wouldn't say you're being prevented. It's more or less the fact that staff just currently don't want you here at the library. Obviously they have their reasons.
Because I am recording.
I don't know the entirety of their reasons. It could be
because I'm recording. I wasn't disturbing anyone. They came up to me.
Disturbing operations.
I couldn't have been disturbing operations unless they decide to disrupt themselves. Okay. I am just simply a person using the library.
Understood.
Treat me like I'm a person using the library.
Right.
Right? So, you're confirming I'm being trespassed from here at this point.
Verbally, yes.
Verbally trespassed. Alright. And does anyone want to identify with a guard number, anything like that? Any ID? Anything?
I'm unsure. They're actually working on a trespass for you upstairs, so you might want to hang around until they can hand it to you, and then...
oh, really?
And then you'll have a paper copy.
Interesting.
And it'll show you how long that they're trespassing you for, and it'll have all the details
for what
on
reason?
It. It'll
be on there.
On it. Yeah,
interesting.
It should all be on the paper for you.
Interesting. Okay.
So when that's done,
okay. Yep. No problem. Not a violent person.
No,
I hate conflict.
Yeah,
I'm shaky over it. Yeah. I hate it. But we fucking still have rights in this country, man. Yeah, we gotta fight for them, otherwise.
That policy that you pulled up that you showed me, did you get that off of their
That
website
is actually directly from their manager. That is the government of New Brunswick. That's available on the Public Libraries Act, or whatever they call it. Actually, falls under the Public Photography and Videography in the Library. They have a policy on it. They must allow it. Yeah, absolutely. Here. Even if you want to take that copy.
No.
I'd appreciate to have a copy on hand. Funny enough, I printed it off here. Or printed this off here.
Yeah, I'm 35.
And I had nothing but good things to say about the library at first.
Yep,
They did so good with the first time. This is the second time I'm doing this, right? The first time they didn't have a problem.
So...
I'm not sure.
No, I'm telling you.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it says that you please respect the privacy of patrons
it's a request.
And staff.
Yep.
By asking permission before including them in your photos, videos, or audio recordings.
Yep. And as I told them, I didn't intentionally record anyone. I just kind of myself entering, and it's only a request because they specifically have language for when I am obligated to, which is for commercially.
Okay.
And
you cannot disrupt or impede library operations and the public use of the building.
I agree, and I definitely didn't do that until for PSS, whatever these acronym is. CSUs are.
When I got there,
things had gotten a little bit. We were having a little bit of a loud
yelling at the staff. I would say
I wasn't yelling. I wasn't yelling at the staff. I was verbally having a discussion. It was a little bit of a emotional discussion. I admit. Okay. I could have toned myself down. I would have been happy to, but this is all a causality of them bugging me sitting at the computer simply because I'm recording myself at the computer, and was actively packing up when I was being asked to leave because of the camera, and he decided to assault me simply because he put himself in front of my camera interacting with me.
Gotcha.
Like, no, you don't do that. You guys have been great. Maybe enforcing poorly, but it might not be your judgment at that point. I get it.
Drones, tripods, and lighting equipment are not permitted. Were you using a tripod at all?
I was actively packing it up when he had come to me.
Yep.
It's the policies elaborated further in their detailed the website.
Yep.
It's specifically to prevent obstruction. It could be knocked over. They're not liable for any damages that occur to any equipment. I actually broke my microphone clip. It's my own problem to deal with, right? It's kind of a, hey, anything you bring, it's subject to your own problems and issues, right?
Yep.
And if it causes a problem, then that's a problem, right? That's why they're like, hey, handheld, no problem. Let's see what we got here. That's pretty cool, by the way. Where did you pick that up? For your phone, the phone holder. I like that.
So this is to you, Timothy Mink.
Okay.
All these paragraphs here in the back, you're free to read it yourself, but you're banned from the Fredericton Public Library, 12 Carlton Street, which is the building in front of us. February 12th to May 12th, 2026.
Really?
If you step back on this property,
yeah,
in this time frame, you're charged under the Trespass Act in the province of Brunswick. Minimum fine $1.
So I'm being trespassed for acting under a right.
You're being trespassed because they don't want you here. Personal
and
harassment.
they're allowed to trespass. Misuse of library computer.
Yeah.
How to do that?
You're gonna have to follow up with them. If you want to dispute this, there's an email address right there on there.
Oh, absolutely will.
Okay,
Okay, what's the property limits? Because isn't this quasi-public?
Sidewalk?
This is okay.
Yeah.
Just quasi-public? No, not allowed on the not up to the door. No.
No.
Okay. Just want to establish the terms.
There.
All right. Oh,
Thank you, Timothy.
thank you very much. I
Any
appreciate
questions or
your.
concerns before I leave here, Timothy?
No, I mean nothing that I haven't already expressed. I think you understand my position on it, and I will be contacting them. And the guards here. What's your requirement for identification?
We're bylaw officers in the city of Fredericton, so technically under the law you don't have to identify with us.
No, you.
Oh, you want my badge number?
Yes, please.
Okay, 3866.
Okay. 0636. No problem. I'm a patient person. Because Buddy also wouldn't give his guard card number. He wouldn't identify himself, the security guard. So for all I know, he could have been anyone just wearing a security uniform attacking me, you know? So.
Bylaw officer Mitchell Holloway. Badge number 2422071.
And?
It's in the app.
Oh.
It's in
cool.
The red app.
You guys have it digitally now?
The middle section. It'll be at the top. Just give me a second.
Yeah, no problem. I can wait.
Yep. The red one.
I honestly probably would have been out of here faster if they had just left me alone.
All good? Do you need anything from me? Or?
No, you're good. Thank you so much. I appreciate your professionalism. Do you?
No worries, of course.
Have a good one. Likewise to you. I want to know where you got that. Your little holder for your phone on your chest. Yeah? It looks nice. I like it. Does it work well? Sorry.
955513.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm good.
No worries.
I will not step on the property. You have my good word as a gentleman and under fear of arrest. Let's get this on camera. I didn't even notice at the time it says for 1 month, but the date is 3 months. Isn't that funny? How's it going? Wish I could say good. I just got trespassed from the library.
Say that again?
I just got trespassed from the library. You just missed the show. All the police came by. All over a camera.
I was just wondering if you're allowed to park here.
Oh, you're good.
You're just doing it.
Yeah, I am just doing a freedom of the press audit, and they failed.
They didn't like it.
I wasn't even recording anyone. I was just recording my computer station, myself, and the security guard in there. Watch out. He's a jumpy guy.
Because they had city crews and everything.
Oh, yeah, that was all for me. They just turned out. Yeah, that's them leaving now.
You're famous.
Oh, it happened at City Hall too. The City Hall employees assaulted me just last week. So, enjoy. Broke my goddamn microphone when I was dealing with all that bullshit.
And that is it for this video, really, guys. There will be a bunch of just around town, downtown Fredericton, as I continue on to my next destination for the day. This really was a unexpected event. I thought I had a great understanding of their position. And I guess that one jumpy security guard is all it takes to set off a chain reaction of authority cracking down, trying to reel in on our rights that we have. And I try my best to be as courteous as possible, as professional as possible. A lot of people around here are not as familiar with our rights and freedoms and are used to kind of just cooperating rather than standing on principle and our rights and freedoms lawfully, and they often misunderstand a little bit of our rights and freedoms. So I'm trying to be as calm, cool, collected, and reasonable when I'm doing my recordings. I'm not trying to antagonize. I'm not prowling looking for cops. I'm just out and about in Fredericton, recording what I see and what I do. So thank you for tuning in. Have a great one. Remember, like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell notification if you haven't, so you get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much.
Steel boots in the mud, cold air in our lungs, flags torn at the edges, still we raise them up. They march in their armor, we march in our names. Every right that they rewrite, we call back in the flame. This is our line, this is our vow, charter in our head, we stand our ground now. Hey. Every voice counted, every soul seen, we bleed so our children can live free. Not one word taken, not one right sold, we guard this fire like it's forging gold. Charter in our hands, hear us all scream, we fight so our children can live free. Ink dried like a battle scar, on paper stained with years. Every claw's a quiet star that outshines all our fears. They chain up our speaking, they shatter our cries, but silence is treason, so we sing under fire. Oh! This is our life, this is our vow, charter in our head, we stand our ground now. Hey! Every voice counted, every soul seen, we bleed so our children can live free. Not one word taken, not one right sold, we guard this fire like it's forged in gold. Charter in our hands, hear us all scream, we fight so our children can live free. part. This is our line, this is our vow. Charter in our hands, we stand our ground now. Hey, every voice counted, every soul seen. We bleed so our children can live free. Not one word taken, not one right sold. We guard this fire like it's forged in gold.